Hi, I'm Craig Phillips. Welcome to my tiling trade tips. In this video, I'm going to show you how to drill and plug 3 different types of tiles to fit bathroom fixtures and fittings. And the tools you're going to require are a drill, safety specs, diamond tip drill bits and a hole cutter, detector, spirit level, masking tape and a marker pen, and then your accessories. Once you've chosen your accessories and decided where you're going to install them on the wall, you're going to have to make a mark on there and double check that there's no electrics or water pipes behind there. So I'm imagining if I've got a sink on here and I'm putting a couple of accessories either side, so I'll go for about here. So I'll start off by putting a little small mark. Then I can place some masking tape across that mark. I can still see it there at the moment. I'm putting this on so when I do start to drill the wall, the actual drill bit itself doesn't skid across the top of the ceramic and scratch it. If I'm happy with that, I can then take my detector, scan it across the area to see if there is any electric wires behind there or metal water pipes that of course we don't want to drill into. That's safe. And then we take our accessory, the back of it, I'll just take apart. Normally these come in 2 pieces and you have a little back plate like this which has to be fixed to the wall, and then this mounts on top of it with a little small flange on the underside of it that you tighten up. So we put this into position, which is going to be here. We can make a couple more pen marks. Once you've got them on there, then take your spirit level, just check that they are level. And that's our drill point on there. Now, if you've recently just tiled your wall and done your lovely grout, the last thing you want to do is get a mess all the way down there. So a great little tip is by taking an envelope and a little bit of your sticky tape and creating a kind of bag that's going to grab all of that dust, which is going to come out, of course, when you're drilling through the tile and then through the wall below. And there we go. That'll stop any mess now running it down here. So the drill bits I'm going to be using, this is a diamond tip one. It's about 6mm wide. So you just double check that your fixings that you've got with your accessories, the size plugs, that of course that is the same size as the plugs you're going to be using. Now I'm going to use a cordless drill to draw this in. You could use a power drill. Now when people start to drill into a brick wall, a masonry wall or something hard, they normally turn their drill bits onto the hammer action, which is right when you're drilling hard surfaces. However, when you drill a tiled surface, make sure that that setting is on the standard rotating setting and not the actual hammer action one, because that will bounce a little bit and of course crack your tiles, which is what you don't want. So I've got my drill bit in, I've got it on the standard setting on here. Normally drilling the hole, I'd be telling you to place it into the area, holding the drill at a 90-degree angle against the wall, perfectly square, and start to drive in. The shape of these being flat on there, I won't recommend that. We start off by holding the drill on an angle just a little bit. And once I turn that around and it starts to rotate, it'll start to drill into that. And once it just about breaks the ceramic surface, then I'll start to slowly bring that drill upright to get that straight angle that we want. So once you're happy with the one drill hole, then do the second. Again, holding the drill on an awkward angle, just touching it as you turn it on. And then slowly turning that up. Perfect. So now we have our 2 holes drilled. We can place our plugs in nice and tight. And now we can remove our tape and our dust in there. There we go. We take our bracket, making sure you've got it the right way up to the back of your accessory. Put your screws in, just start them off with your fingers, and then either using a screwdriver or a cordless drill with a screwdriver bit in, you can drive them in. So at this point you don't over tighten them, you just want to get it in so it pulls that nice and tight. One double check that it is square. You have a little bit of adjustments in them, and then you can place your accessory over the top of it, and that little flange bit will be at the very bottom here. Now they always come with an Allen key, so you can pop that in and tighten it up. So that's a successful installation, no broken tiles and no mess. Now the next hole I'm going to drill into the wall is going to be for a 15mm pipe in there. Now, there's one thing to bear in mind: whatever drill bits that you do use, they're going to tend to get very hot when you're drilling a hard surface like tiles. So you've got a couple of options. One is you can dip them in a little bit of water as you go along, but this particular one that I'm using actually has wax built inside it here. So when I actually drill, it forces it through the end, the tip, and cools the drill bit down. But of course, when I'm drilling the hole cutter one, it won't have, so we'll be dipping that one in water. As always, check that there's no pipes or electrics behind the tiles. Put your masking tape on to stop your drill bit sliding across the face of your tile, and don't forget your dust bag to catch any debris that comes out. And then start to drill your tile really slowly, holding your drill at an angle. And as it starts to rotate and digs into the tile, slowly square the drill back up and start to cut all the way through the tile. And if your drill bit gets hot, simply dip it in some cool water, dry it off, and then you can carry on drilling. So then your pipe simply slides in there. You can grout around the outside edge of it and even cover it with a plastic pipe rose like that. So that's how you cut holes if your tiles are fixed into position, but you may not have done your tiling yet, and the plumber might have come in and done the first fixer pipes and they're sticking out of the wall. All you'd have to do is tile right the way up to the pipe, and then the actual tile that needs the hole cut out in it, you drill the hole first and then mount the tile over the pipe onto the wall. The next tile I'm about to drill is a natural stone. It's really thick and very hard to drill into. The design is a split face, and it's a very uneven textured on there. So normally we would say put your masking tape on there and it stops that drill bit skidding off. However, the masking tape's not going to help much on this. What I tend to do is find a little bit of a recess where you can feel in there, decide where you want the location of your accessory, put your little mark in place, and then simply start to drill it the way we drilled the other tiles, starting off with the driller on an angle, nice and slow, and then turning it up as we drill in. And of course, not forgetting to check with your detector that there are no cables or pipes behind the areas that you're drilling through. Once it's drilled, apply your raw plug, and then you can place the bracket in place and start to drive the screws in, holding it firmly into position. Then mount your accessory on top of the bracket and tighten it up with the grommet on the underside of the accessory. And that's the soap dish now fitted to the split face natural stone tile. Now for the polished porcelain. This time I'm going to be fitting a towel rail which has two brackets on. As you can see, I've put two pieces of masking tape here which are in line where the brackets are going to be. In the centre we have our holes here where the screws will go through. I'll simply line them up, taking my pen, doing a little mark where the actual drill hole is going to be. Then you take your spirit level, strike a line, like this. And then what we need to do is put your spirit level across the wall and make a little mark here and a mark here. And that way we know the brackets are going to be fitted level. Then I can take my bracket apart. So you place your bracket with the bottom hole over your cross, line it up and mark the centre of the top one. And you do the same to the opposite side. And that's your drill point. Now these polished porcelain really are a smooth polished surface, so you have to be slow and careful when drilling them. They are of course very hard materials, so they will take a little bit longer than you normally would when you're drilling a ceramic tile. But once you've drilled your holes, simply put your plugs in there and then you're ready to fix your brackets in place. I normally screw the screws in a little bit with my hand to get them started, then finish them off with my cordless drill. Once you've got one in, do the same on the opposite side and then you can fix your towel rail into position. Then double check with your spirit level to see that it's perfect. So once you've successfully attached the first item, then repeat the same process on any other accessories that need to be fitted. Now of course there may be other things in your bathroom that have to be wall mounted, like a picture frame or a mirror, or even a cabinet above a sink. Again, all the process is the same. So that's a simple and safe way of drilling holes in your tiles to fit your bathroom accessories and pipes. If you're looking for more inspiration or how-to videos, don't forget to follow us on all social media handles and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to know more about the products I've been using, just visit the website tilemountain.co.uk.